I'm Martinez, my name is Itzell, and it's Mask Monday. We are going to use this mask today, and we are going to read some Reddit stories and give opinions, and you let me know what you think. So, how have you been? If you watched my last Get Ready With Me? No, second to last. Second to last, Get Ready With Me. Sorry it came out on the wrong day. Yeah. I was having issues with, like, uploading it, which never happens. It was so odd. Yeah. It never takes days. So, it was weird. I probably went over that in my last Get Ready With Me, but as, like, I'm filming this, I haven't filmed that yet, so, yeah. It's a busy month for me, so trying to, like, get everything knocked out. Alright. It feels really, really good, nice, cool, and refreshing. Alright, feels really, really good. And you leave it on for 15 to 20 minutes. It's like all dripping, which is fine. And you can see Cookie in the background. She's my brother's chihuahua. She's almost as old as my twins. Maybe older than them. Maybe she is 15. Almost 16. So, let's get into the first story. It's a throwaway. It's, am I the a-hole for telling my... Okay, I see what happened. They put an extra word. I was like, that wasn't me. So, alright. Am I the a-hole for telling on my sister that she planned to crash our mom's wedding? Okay. So if I make any more grammatical errors, it's not my fault. I forgot to, like, I kind of skimmed the stories. I didn't, like, edit it like I do when I put the wrong word or whatever, so bear with me. So, this is a bit complicated, but I will try to be clear about the mess I got myself into. This is about my sister. I will call her Ash in the post. The main issue Ash has with our mom is that she wanted a different type of parent. Our mom was more hands off. Let us do our own thing. Well, Ash wanted a mom that would go to every event. Just to be clear, our mom did go to our events, just not all the time. Ash felt like she was forced to grow up too soon, which I can see. We both expected to be able to cook and do paperwork. I personally found it very helpful when I went to college, but Ash felt like she lost out on some of her childhood, and it doesn't say like at what age, because honestly, if it's like teenage years, preteen teenage years, I get needing at least a cooking skill. The paperwork, more like high school, you would want to know that for like after you graduate, like that makes sense. And I'm coming as a parent, like for my kids, like that makes a lot of sense. So, Ash felt like she was forced to grow up too soon. Oh, we did that. Okay. Let's just go back to where I remember. I personally found it very helpful when I went off to college, but Ash felt like she lost out on some of her childhood. Okay. Anyways, Ash stopped talking to our mom for 6 years. Mom mourned during that time, and when Ash reached out to reconnect, Mom basically said she can't do it. This is her choice, even if I don't agree with it. Ash was shocked by this. And okay, let's say she cut her off at 18. That would bring us to 24. And by 24, your brain isn't fully developed, but it is your, like, it is the mom's choice whether she wants a relationship or not. So she was shocked by this, and I had to explain that some people don't come running back after being cut off. Very true. The main problem, my mom is getting married. Her wedding is in a few weeks, and it is going to be a small wedding. Ash is not invited and has been upset since. When we got dinner, she was still upset and basically kept saying she'll be there. I literally begged her not to crash the wedding. She said she was just joking. I am friends with her BF, and he mentioned having to get a suit for the wedding. When I grilled him on it, it was because it was because they plan on crashing the wedding. I tried to talk Ash. Okay, I tried to talk to Ash, but she didn't respond to any of my texts. So I told my mom, since it was her wedding, they were going to crash. She thanked me and I guess sent a message to Ash about how she isn't invited. I got a pissed off call from her and she is blaming me for ruining everything. That I should have kept my mouth shut so she could see mom get married. Am I the a-hole? No. I know a lot of people are like, mind your business, but this is your mother. It's like, and your sister, so you're involved whether you want to be or not. And honestly, if I was your mom, and for whatever reason I cut off one of my kids, and you knew their plan and you didn't warn me, I'd be considering cutting you off too. Like, you were put in such a difficult position. I don't think you're the a-hole. Like, everyone has the right to make their choices, right? But what you have to understand is with every choice comes a consequence. The consequence of going no contact with your mom for your sister was when your sister wanted contact, your mother no longer wanted any kind of contact. It sucks, but sometimes it just goes that way. I went and stayed with my parents, and luckily, we were able to like mend things and get back on track. But that's not always the case because we just know she went no contact. We don't know if she said anything malicious, if she did anything malicious. We have none of that. So I didn't do anything. So it's easy to come back when you didn't really do anything. Like you just saw things differently and you needed your time and your space and all of that. That's understandable. But I didn't like say anything like crazy and burn no bridges. So yeah. It's just, I get it. It's sad, a sad situation to be in, but your mom has every right to enjoy her wedding with who she invites there, who she wants to spend time with because they mean so much to her and this is such an important moment in her life. It sucks that your sister burned bridges and now she has to live with them. So, second story. After this one, there's two more. Am I the a-hole for refusing to add my boyfriend to my house deed after his lease ended? Just off the title, without knowing anything, I say no. If he's just your boyfriend, no. Like, even sometimes when it's your husband and it's a property you had before them, you want to keep that to yourself because you never know. And yeah, so let's get into the story. I, 34F, own a house in San Diego that I bought 5 years ago. Put down $80K that I saved myself. Been paying the mortgage ever since. My boyfriend 36M and I have been together for 2 years. And his lease just ended last month. We've been talking about him moving in with me for a while, and I was excited about it. The plan was he'd pay me rent to cover part of the mortgage and utilities. We agreed on $1,400 a month, which is less than he was paying at his apartment. He moved in 3 weeks ago, and things were fine until last weekend. He said he wanted to talk about the house situation. He told me it doesn't feel right paying me rent when we're building a life together, and that if he's contributing to the mortgage, he should have ownership stake in the house. I said no, this is my house, and that I bought it before we even met. He said that's exactly the problem. I still think of it as mine instead of ours. He thinks I should add him to the deed or at least sign something that says if we break up that he gets back what he's paid in. Then get married. Like, I don't like people expecting, like, husband or wife privileges without being there. Like, no. When you're just a boyfriend or just a girlfriend, they come and go. It's not as committed. So, I say no. I said no, this is my house that I bought before we met. He said that's exactly the problem. Oh, okay, here we go. Sorry, I'm just rereading it. I still think of it as mine instead of ours. He thinks I should add him to the deed or at least sign something that says if we break up, he gets back what he's paid in. I told him that's not how rent works, which is true. And he got upset. He said his friends think it's sketchy and that I'm profiting off of him and treating him like a tenant instead of a partner. He brought up that we talked about getting engaged and said if I'm serious about a future with him, I should be willing to share the house. I said absolutely not. If we get married, we can talk about it, but right now, this is my asset and I'm not putting his name on anything. He called me controlling. It's her house. And said I'm holding the house over his head. Now he's saying maybe we should just move. Sorry. Now he's saying maybe he should just move back out if I don't trust him enough to share ownership. My sister says I'm being unreasonable and that 2 years is long enough to know if you want to build equity together. My best friend says he's trying to manipulate me into giving him half of my house. Am I the a-hole? NTA. He's totally trying to take advantage of you. It's not you taking advantage of him. What do they call that? Hobosexual? Like the people that fall in love whenever they need somewhere to stay. Now, he was already with you, but it's like, oh, well, you already have a house, so I'm just gonna, like, not get my lease again. But you're not married, not even engaged, and he wants you to treat him like you are married? No. Cross that bridge when you come to it. And honestly, he seems like a taker. What is he giving you? Sure, he's giving you rent, but what else? Like, I need more. I need to know, is he just a taker? Does he, like, always try to take more than he gives? Like, what's going on here? But, NTA, you're not the a-hole in my opinion. You didn't do anything, like, in my opinion, you didn't do anything wrong. I think it's very smart to cover your butt because, yeah, you put him on the deed, and then he's like, oh, I have this other girl I, met, and I don't want to be with you anymore, and, she's moving into our house. No. Hell no. Yeah. I don't think so. I think keep it as your house. I think your sister is wrong, because if he really wanted to share his life with you, he would have been proposed to you already, had the ring picked out, all this stuff, and y'all moving, getting the wedding going, and then I understand this conversation coming up. You're not even there. So yeah, no. um I would say break up with this man. He's not the one for you. Not if he's trying to own part of your house without even being your husband. No. You hear too many times women get taken advantage of. Don't let yourself get taken advantage of. Which you aren't right now, and I hope no one convinces you otherwise. Okay, next story. A man the a-hole for being upset at my sister throwing a surprise bridal shower for me. Okay, let's hear it. I'm getting married this year and having a very small wedding, 20 people. I had bad social anxiety. Oh, okay, I get it. So, I did not want a bridal shower or a bachelorette party. My sister, maid of honor, asked me multiple times if she could throw one, and I said, please do not. I don't want one. So this week, my family told me to come over for dinner at my parents' house. I arrived, and there were 20 people who yelled, surprise, it's your bridal shower. I was so confused and overwhelmed because I specifically asked not to have one. I felt like everyone could see the anxiety and disappointment written on my reaction. I was also wearing jeans and a t-shirt with barely any makeup on, and my hair was a mess while everyone else got dressed up because they knew it was coming. I felt uncomfortable the whole time and out of place, and then my mom and sister made me open presents in front of people, which I specifically said I didn't want to do. They took a bunch of pictures, which made me feel even more self-conscious because I didn't feel beautiful or bridal. I feel like wedding pictures are forever, and I would have at least wanted to look like a bride. As soon as it ended, my fiance picked me up and I burst into tears in the car. I just felt very overwhelmed, not understood by my family, and ugly. He said I was way overreacting and that my friends and family just wanted to celebrate me and do something nice. He also said it was silly to care what I look like and that I am always beautiful. Am I an a-hole for being upset and crying over this? NTA, you specifically asked for no parties. They went against your wishes to throw you a party for them because they didn't even get you prepared in a way where let's say they were taking you out to a restaurant and they're like, it's a brunch, and the things that I know about brunches, you kind of dress up not super, but at least in a cute little sundress or something, you're not just casual clothes. So they didn't do anything like that. They didn't get you dressed appropriately to surprise you or anything. It was more about them than anything else. Sure, it was centered around you, but it's they were doing all the things they wanted to do. So it wasn't really your celebration. I understand being upset. And it kind of makes me mad that he can't see it that way. Because it's not about celebrating you. It's about, doing what they want. No matter how you feel about it. When it's your day. It's your wedding. All these, little things leading up to it, it can affect your big day. So, yeah, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. I think you're not the a-hole. I probably would have cried too. I'm not a person that likes a lot of attention on them, ever. It was really hard for me to agree to a 15th birthday party because I don't like attention on me. And, they had, videographers, and, Once they whipped out the camera while I was eating, I was done eating. Like, they were recording me eating. They weren't taking pictures. They were recording me eating. And like the whole mukbang thing before it was a thing was never my thing. Like, I do not want people seeing me eating. So like, yeah, no, I get it. Like, it's different when it's like the cake and, you know, people always take pictures of the cake. But when you're just eating your meal, you don't want people recording you, taking your pictures. Like, no. Ugh. So, yeah. Opening presents, I get it, but it's just like, you were not prepared. I am someone that has anxiety, just, yeah, social anxiety too, but just anxiety in general. And then if I cannot prepare myself ahead of time, oh, I'm so anxious. I'm like a hot mess, and I'm miserable. I feel miserable, and I think my family should know that about me. That I need to be prepared. I need to know what's coming so I can really enjoy the time. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts. Last one. Am I the a-hole for confronting my fiance's ex? I, 40F, have been with my fiance, 40M, for about 7 years. When we first started dating, he told me about his most recent ex, 41F, who he described as a manipulative and serial cheater. Their relationship was very unstable. She would leave him for other men and then come back, which left him feeling insecure throughout their time together. His relationship with her ended about a year before he and I met. About a year and a half into our relationship, she reached out to my fiance. She had gotten married and divorced within the span of 18 months from someone she had been involved with before ending things with my fiance. They started communicating again after he asked her for some legal advice. She's an attorney. It made me uncomfortable, but I didn't want to seem controlling, so I let it go. He was open about the contact, and I never felt like he was hiding anything. Fast forward to last spring, we got engaged. After we posted on socials about it, I found out he and his ex had started following each other on Instagram again so she could congratulate him. When I brought up that it made me uncomfortable, he dismissed my feelings and said it was harmless. Still, their communication seemed to increase, which confused me given their history. I even tried to be open-minded and followed her myself, hoping to create transparency and show I was okay with a friendly dynamic, but she ignored my follow requests. That made me more uncomfortable, but I tried to accept the situation. To be clear, my main issue is with my fiance. Over the years, I've told him multiple times that I'm not comfortable with him being friends with this particular ex because of their past, but he consistently dismissed my feelings and insists that this is due to my insecurity, that I should trust him, and that he's now over it when it comes to his ex's shady behavior. A few weeks ago, we were in bed on our phones, and I saw him messaging her on Instagram. I got upset and asked what they were talking about. For the first time ever, I asked to see the conversation. From what I could tell, they have been messaging regularly, like most days, and the messages appeared to be things like memes and shared posts. I was not able to read everything, but he got pissed about my reaction. Red flag, I know. It felt like a betrayal, especially since I didn't realize how frequent the communication had become. In the moment, while sitting next to him, I messaged her directly and said something along the lines of, I'm sitting right next to him and you're messaging him. You've ignored my follow request. What the fuck is going on? She apologized and said she would stop contacting him, which I didn't explicitly ask for. I mainly wanted to understand why she was avoiding me if their relationship was truly just a friendship. She said She was anxious about potential drama, which made zero sense to me considering I've done I've not done anything to restrict their communication or call her out in any way. She ended up telling my fiance she was cutting off contact with him and apologized again, telling me she didn't want to cause any pain for me because she's a feminist. Okay. Assuring me she is happily married for the second time in like 2 years and that and that's been the end of it. Now I'm left wondering, did I overstep by contacting her directly, or was I justified given their history and the ongoing communication? I didn't even ask them to stop. I just expected she wouldn't be so shady about the follow request. The two of them have done a number on me with the gaslighting, so I'm just looking for some clarity. Am I the a-hole? NTA. And I'll say it because you tried to have conversations repeatedly with your partner. They dismissed your feelings repeatedly, which is a red flag. You really shouldn't be with someone that cares that little about like your feelings. Um, because they're your partner, they should care how you feel. They should care how they're treating you. If they don't, you really shouldn't be in that relationship. Because it's only going to get worse. I know, like, some people will be like, oh, you overstepped by going straight to her. But it's like, you weren't accusatory. You just wanted to know what's going on. Like, and it's not like, oh, this is just a friend where they've had nothing, like, going on. No, they have history. They are not just friends. They're ex-lovers, and that hits different. So, I get not wanting to deal with it on the daily like you've been, and the gaslighting, the lying to you, the making you feel like you're the problem. Like, you're not the problem. The fact that he went through hell and back with her, and he's putting you in a position that he was put in, that's not okay. Yeah. So I don't know if he will realize that or not, but I think you deserve so much better. Let me know what you think, and thank you for spending time with me. I hope you have enjoyed your April. Bye.